While Christian is sorting this out, I'm going to present an initiative that is related to the topic of digital sovereignty. So this is something of importance for the whole society, actually. And I'm representing a research Institute for Energy Technology, and we are working on this as a research topic, but together with a lot of partners. They are soon there, and some of them are here in the room, so we'll come back to that. And we will try to apply for this call from the Norwegian Research Council to get money to research on this for maybe 8 years. We think this is a gap in the ongoing research activities in Norway, in the programs and the initiatives that are already running. So I'll try to get a little bit into what is this all about, because trying to explain digital sovereignty is a bit difficult. And I think I started with this topic almost 4 years ago, but I will try to give you some insights into what this is all about and why this is important right now. Now you can see all of the partners. I will not introduce all of them today within my 10 minutes, but you can see them here, and some of them are represented here today. So you can have a chat with them in the break. So, what is the main challenge that we would like to address in this center? So what we would like to look into is something that has been already presented today, of course, about connectivity and sharing messages and so on. But we think that it's really important that we dive into this challenge to look at trustworthy sharing of digital assets, sustainable value creation, fairness and so on, and sovereign control while balancing the international collaboration and mitigating a fragmented digital ecosystem in Norway. So I will come back to all of these topics, but we have a lot of good national initiatives, but we also have local initiatives, regional initiatives, and it seems like they are not really interconnected, especially when it comes to the topic of digital sovereignty. Here is the team. We are now working on the sketch to be submitted to the Research Council by the 18th of September. Almost everyone here is from the different research partners, but there are also some commercial companies. And we are here today to start exploring this journey together with the public sector and the companies, because we need to find out if this is of interest for you and what kind of innovation that we could help you out with here. So, and this is about research-driven innovation. So you will get your hands on the experts in Norway on these kind of topics. So, some news. I saw this yesterday. We have this strategy for the public sector, and there was some news yesterday in Aftenposten about this. It's not actually performing that good. Gaining value from digital transition is a big problem. We are not gaining value. So this needs to be addressed. And the other thing here is about data exchange. We are performing, but we are not performing that good. So this needs to be addressed, and I think there will be a conference next week, Erik, about this strategy, so even more results. So value creation from digitalization is important, and we need to improve, and even on the data sharing. Then we have the other side of this, the issues about the big tech companies. So we need to get control over our digital assets on the governmental level, on the regional level, and even for individuals. So this is a really important topic these days. So how can we get control over our digital assets for all these areas? So what's happening with Facebook? I think this is just a starting point of what we will see in the upcoming decade. So we need to get control of all of this. You can see the figure in the left corner here is about the big tech companies and how they are performing when it comes to revenue streams in their platforms. And this is something that the European Union is addressing. All of the revenue almost goes to the American companies, and this could also be a challenge when we come to geopolitics, for example. How will this affect the whole society when we have their solutions in all parts of society, from schools to critical infrastructure and so on? There's ongoing activity at the University of Stavanger about critical infrastructure and, in a way, the naivety that they have in Norway about this. In Sweden, I saw this post a couple of days ago about Microsoft now going really into the Swedish society, training a lot of people, investing in infrastructure. What does this mean for society? Do we have the control over our digital assets? We have all of the critical infrastructure. Sykehuspartner was presenting something from the hospitals, and of course, hospitals are part of the critical infrastructure. I don't have time to go into all of this, but I've been working a bit with the energy system, so exchanging digital assets across the energy system, from production of energy to the consumption at the edge, and all the new solutions that we need from solar panels and geothermal and so on. We need to have control of those assets as well. It's not only data, it's algorithms, it's models, and so on. We need to get control of this. So, why do we need this center? Some things that we have been discussing quite a lot. We need more co-determination, trust and control in the digital societal development. And this should be a research topic. We need to do research on this to be able to innovate together with the industry. The other part here is about independence as a nation, digital independence. We are quite worried about this when it comes to land and physical assets and so on. But what about the digital part of our society now? The digital is key to our backbone of society. So we need to address this. How can we make ourselves more independent by balancing the collaboration with industrial partners and the international partners? We need to take part in Europe, in the digital transition going on in Europe. We have paid the fee to Digital Europe program, but we are not participating. We are not participating in any of the data space initiatives. Only a few Norwegian companies, I think Sintef is part of this, and maybe some others, but it's only a few. So we need to resolve this, and we need to take part in the transition going on. And the last part is about the fragmentation of all the initiatives. So we have 357 municipalities. Should they all do their own thing? They don't have the resources and capabilities to do all of this. And they have also established different networks, like the DG networks and so on. But this needs to be coordinated together with what's happening in the Norwegian Digitalization Agency and other industrial high-impact projects. This needs to be coordinated. So, what's our ambitions? So, co-determination and control and so on. We need to position ourselves as an important player in the digital transition in Europe. We must take part in the initiatives and the projects and the programs. The other one is, what we will do here is to try to provide technology components, reference architectures and standards and so on, for the partners involved in this SFI. Because this is a massive landscape. I think only the things that have been presented from Fireware and later on from Ulrich from GaiaX. There's other initiatives as well, like the International Data Spaces Association and the Simple project and so on in Europe. I don't think we have the overview. So we need to provide these kind of building blocks together with the state-of-the-art from Norwegian companies to see how can we use these technologies combined to compete in Europe. So we need research on this. The other thing is to act as a competency hub in a way for Norway on this kind of emerging topics. So having the expertise under one roof here could help you all. And last, we need also to make sure that the softer components of all of this, laws and regulations, business models and so on, is part of this. So for example, the Norwegian Business School is part of the SFI, because we need to look into this together with the technology. So being able to cope with all of the regulations coming along, many in Norway are not familiar with the Data Act, for example, and the Data Governance Act. So how does this fit together with the technology? Then, so how can you innovate in this center if you decide to join? And we haven't actually set up the whole buffet of technology and frameworks and so on that you could show your interest in. But these are some of them, as you can see on the top here, some areas that we have discussed so far in the SFI. But you can form this together with us. So you can come up with your ideas and what's required for your company in this SFI to make use of this consortium. But we will provide the technology components here. We can provide a platform for testing out different scenarios and use cases that you have. So your use cases is of quite importance for us. We need them. So if you have use cases, you have the motivation to participate in this, and you have some ideas for innovation, please contact us. There's also work package structure here. This is in Norwegian, but this is something that we are discussing right now. How do we organize the whole project? But just quickly, we will have, of course, a program management here, including innovation management. That is at the core of the center. Then we will also, of course, establish the scientific foundation. So we will explore what's out there already, what's state of the art, and so on, and make sure that we have the complete overview. Then we will help you out with the technology, the societal aspects of this, and laws and regulations. And we will also then be able to help you to demonstrate and validate your solution that we have been helping you with in this center. And of course, we will communicate this. We will have conferences. There's also now actually a book that on the topic of digital sovereignty that we are trying to establish. So we will hopefully take the lead in Norway for this kind of activities. So if you're interested, contact me or Christian or some of the others here today, like Haptamu or Nadia, Aida, back there from Sintef. So there are several of us in the room today that you can ask about this SFI. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Petter. It's a very important initiative to establish infrastructure in Norway. And now I think we'll just break for lunch, and we have some details from Sofia.
Yes, just a few practical pieces for you who haven't necessarily been to Kulturhuset. You don't have to go all the way downstairs in the basement for the restroom. There is one literally just around the corner. Lunch is outside, and then we are doing the parallel sessions. You'll talk about those.
Yeah, I can say a few words about that.
But I just want to give a quick info though. When you guys arrived, you were asked to opt in for pictures. There are some people who haven't. So just keep that in mind if you want to take pictures for networking purposes or etc. That there are some people who have said to not be taken photos of. So other than that, that was just my quick info.
Good GDPR. We will have a 30-minute break now to grab lunch, and then there will be a workshop here to go more in depth on Fireware. So there'll be a presentation. Those of you who want to continue speaking outside, you're free to do so, but we will be taking 45 minutes to go in depth on Fireware and discuss some of the use cases and the experience they have in Europe. So with that, we conclude for lunch, and I think we start up again at 12:30. Very good.